Hello everyone, Jerrel from Sungrand here. I just want to share a character creation framework that I've been building, which I'll be using for my upcoming games. So I've been focusing on setting up my development space so I can create some RPGs, which is my favorite genre. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how this framework works here, and this is going to allow me to create characters very quickly, and I can populate my RPG game worlds very quickly so I can make my NPCs, my playable characters. So there's going to be a fair bit of just spending the time to create reusable components, and these reusable components will be things like little pieces of equipment that characters can wear that I can scale and recolor and use in different ways. So, for example, this base component here, this character, has sleeves. I might leave one of the sleeves on. Actually, you can see I'll scale up like that a little bit just to give it some variety. There's this very funny trick that you can do with RPG characters or video game characters in general, and that's if the more asymmetrical they look, then the more interesting they'll be to look at as a character. So I think that's what I want. Let's see here. So I want to go to this character's skin. Now, the way this framework functions, this is called the Sungrand Soul Framework, and it basically lets me create a soul. I refer to these characters as souls because calling them characters is too general and kind of misleading, because when you think of a character, you generally think of a playable character, right? So I am referring to these programmatically in the framework as a soul. So they are a Sungrand soul, and that lets me know that they are going to be a character that doesn't necessarily have to be playable. So I'm thinking, okay, my neck, make sure I get my neck colored in there as well. So if you kind of wanted your character to be sort of, just to start out, they can just be naked, so you can just sort of get a feel for what they'll look like. So I think I need to, there's two different variations of that. I'm going to remove the one that I'm not using. Let's see, and I think that looks a little funny though. That's if your character isn't this character's going to have pants though, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and remove those leg thin down from there. But just say, for example, if you just put those in there like that, it's kind of like your character is kind of naked a little bit. So let's go ahead and color in I generally have the feet set separately. They'll be boots, so let's go ahead and just drop those in there for now. So far our character's kind of naked, and all he has is boots right now. So right now I think his head is just a little too big, so first we're gonna scale that down a little bit here just so it fits the character a bit better. I'm just comparing him to the human character next to him. I need a setup, maybe a couple, 2 or 3 dozen hairstyles that I can modify and use interchangeably. That will make it easy to sort of populate my game world with, and I can create heaps of different NPCs pretty quickly. So I'm gonna think of it as a sort of like he's got a sort of a cloth right top. So he's gonna be shirtless, but this is that's kind of too shiny, isn't it? So let's go ahead and bring that down to 2 and bring that metallic down to 1, and now you see it's not shiny anymore. Okay, and let's say like this guy's got a bandana. I actually might copy that. So if I just go ahead and copy that, right, I can paste that in there, and I can just reset the position, and let's see how I can modify it to look a little bit different. I can scale it just a little bit differently. Or actually, no. Instead of having it smaller, I'll actually extend it and make it a little bigger. And that way it feels like it's a different piece of clothing, right? There we go. That feels like a different piece of clothing. because now it's bigger, and it has a different presence on the character there. Let's see here. Okay, something like, it kind of feels like a poncho now, doesn't it? There we go. So let's go ahead and set that down in there like that. And let's see, this character's name is Strike. So I'll drag and drop that in there, and I can adjust the colors here. I'm using a specialized custom shader in here, so it still has a physically based rendering, lighting, and advanced shading, but beneath that there's a toon shader effect first, and you can see that to full effect here. So this character, maybe if I gave him like a green bandana and maybe light colored pants. See, like if we went for like a light colored sort of a poncho there, you know. So first he's going to be a kind of a red character, right? So I think I'll focus on some lighter colors on him. So let's go ahead and give him like a gray, sort of a gray mantle there, and we'll see what that looks like. Maybe something yellowish would look a bit better. Let's go ahead and have a look at something yellowish. I actually really like that. I like that look on the character. Okay. And let's say, like, what if we wanted something like a piercing, right? So this is what I mean by sort of having reusable components, right? Reset entirely is, you can just have a library of components that you can use, and then you can put them wherever you like and use them however you like. And of course I'll have it to where the inside of the character's ears are a different color. They'll be white, but now this guy has a piercing because he's got attitude, and he's got his pierced ear. Yeah. There we go. I do want to reuse some of these as well, so I'll go ahead and grab that. And let's just go ahead and we'll increase the height of his belt, right? Let's see. We'll actually reduce. We'll make his hips a bit more slender. So these are not skinned. Oh, that one says it's a skinned mesh, so I've removed the wrong thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this one. I should actually need to remove this one. That shouldn't be in there. That shouldn't be a skinned mesh. So I've just started building this system, so I'm very very excited about having this to use here. So let's see. Paste, reset. Okay, I don't really fully understand why that's doing that. Let's see. Well, I'll leave that for now. I'll just have to make some adjustments on that. I deleted something earlier that I wasn't supposed to, so that's fine. I can come back to that. And again, I started building the system, but I thought it'd be exciting to share it all with you. So the way this works is you can make adjustments. Like this character is a fox character, and he's supposed to be fast, so you can sort of scale the torso in to make him a little more slender, so he looks faster and more sleek than the other characters. And you know what? I kind of like the idea of having this material the same as that, so it seems like it's sort of part of the same material there. Let's see. Does that really make sense? Okay. Bring it in a little. All right. Alright, so he's got a sleeve. That makes him look like an RPG character, definitely. Right, so what I'm kind of thinking is now he needs something interesting going higher, so I'm just going to borrow, I think I'll borrow this. It's like an armband, so I can copy that, and I can just go ahead and paste that on in there. I can reset the position. Let's see. And I'll be using this framework for years. I've only just started programming and building it today. I'll be using it for years, so as time progresses, I'll enhance and upgrade the framework so that I can bring up a menu and I can just bring down, a list of components, and I can click, add this to my character, please. So we can do this here like that. Something like that. All right, and we want to go belt like that. So what I will do now, actually I want that to be sort of a white material, so, and we'll make this gold. I think I've got a gold in here. Go like that and like that. So I would like to make that a, see, once you start putting the colors in, you start understanding the balance of color that you need on your character. So let's see, cape, wrist. I'll put wrist in there, and I'll probably make this like a gray, like a kind of like this sort of the wraps, like bandage wraps, which is sort of like a funny weird style that you saw on a lot of like 90s sort of cartoons from or character art from Japan. And then Naruto just really ran with it. It's just a whole lot of bandages for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with that. And he's going to have, I'm going to say maybe he's wearing gloves. Maybe this guy's wearing gloves, right? So if I go to glove, yeah, that one's already sort of like a leather situation going on. Glove. And of course, if you wanted that sort of bandage thing to extend, I would go to wrist, and you could go like that. So you could very, very quickly and easily change, what the character, the color of the different parts of the body and whatnot. Okay, I'll make that a little more pale because I want the gold to stand out. So I'll make this a pale. So you don't want to have, like right now this is very messy, right? Because you have the red, or the sort of the orange red, you have this bright gold, and then you have the white bandage, and then you have the brown leather. So it's actually, visually, it's a total mess right now. So this is not a strong character design. What you need is a stronger, darker color now to tie it all together. So I'm just going to try something here. And now once you have this dark blue, that really ties it all together. The thing is that the other character has a similar blue. So I'm going to try a dark green. And that seems to work. Let's see. You can try a dark red, but again, it's quite messy, right? And because this character is sort of very nature oriented, I think I'm going to stick with this sort of dark green. Let's see. And the problem is now I think that the white, having that sort of white bandaging really throws things off. So we really need something here. What if we kind of make it so he has like a sort of a, let's see. There, he's got like that sort of underwear look. The superhero underwear, as it were. Let's see if we gave him short pants like that. I don't think I like that very much, right? Let's see here. What if we go with our shoes, our feet? So you can see with this kind of system, like I could stop at any point, or I could keep going for as long as I want, but you can see that I can use the system to very quickly make characters that are totally usable, and they're all formatted so that all you really have to do is use these preset components that are pre-built, and then you get to customize your character however you like, and then they'll be functional. They'll be rigged up to work properly. They'll have their animation logic set up. They'll be able to hold weapons in their hands. The game can specify if you want to have equipment that will be added on to the characters. You can control the face animator, the character animator. You can put weapons in their hands. And so this system is something that I'll be using for the foreseeable future, as it will make my games much faster and easier to produce. So if you're interested in what this looks like, please look forward. I'm actually producing an RPG right now that I'm fast tracking. primarily because I've been developing horror games for the past few years, and I really, really just want to make a classic fantasy RPG right now. I suppose I have sort of pent up rage when it comes to wanting to build up uh, a just a traditional classic RPG. And I myself personally, I've been really looking for that kind of experience with the game. I really just want to enjoy a fun classic RPG, no nonsense. Not trying to subvert any expectations. I just want something, just a good solid experience. So, I'll my upcoming game that I'll be working on and publishing. Hopefully, I'll have it finished within a month. We'll be using these graphics here, so please look forward to that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed having a look at my framework for creating characters for RPGs. This is the Sungrand Soul framework. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves.